Have you ever been told, just give up, this isn't for you? Sometimes the hardest thing is not the struggle itself, but the voices around us telling us to stop trying. This is the story of a boy who heard those words again and again, but instead of listening, he chose to fight. And what happened next will remind you why you should never let others decide your limits. Meet Rohan. He was an ordinary boy from a small town, living with big dreams in his heart. His dream was simple. He wanted to become a runner. Every morning before the sun came up, Rohan tied his worn-out shoes and ran through the empty roads of his town. His steps were uneven, his breath heavy, but his spirit was strong. People would see him and laugh. "Why waste your time? You'll never be an athlete." Even his own relatives said, "Focus on studies. Running won't feed you." But for Rohan, running was not just a hobby. It was his way of feeling alive, his way of believing that one day he could become something more than what the world expected of him. Rohan entered his first local race when he was 16. He trained hard. He believed he was ready. But on the day of the race, things didn't go the way he hoped. The other boys ran faster. Rohan tried to keep up, but halfway through, his legs gave up. He came last. The crowd laughed. Some clapped, not out of support, but mockery. "You should stop. This isn't for you." Even his father shook his head in disappointment. But Rohan wasn't ready to stop. He thought, maybe next time. So he entered another race. He lost again. A third race, same result. Each time the whispers grew louder. "Just quit, Rohan. Don't embarrass yourself anymore." And slowly, those voices began to sink into his mind. Maybe they were right. Maybe he was not good enough. One night, after losing his fourth race, Rohan sat alone in his small room. His shoes lay in the corner, torn and dirty. His legs ached, but what hurt more was his heart. He whispered to himself, "Maybe I should just stop." But then he remembered his mother's words. She had once told him, "Son, the world will tell you what you can't do, but only you can decide what you will do." Those words hit him hard. He looked at his shoes. Old, broken, almost useless. But he thought, it's not the shoes that run. It's me. That night, Rohan made a decision. If he was going to fail, he would fail trying with everything he had. No half-effort. No excuses. No listening to others. This time, he would run only for himself. From the next morning, Rohan changed everything. He started waking up earlier, running longer, and pushing his limits. He read books on running techniques. He watched videos of professional athletes and copied their methods. He strengthened his body with simple exercises at home. He ate healthier, avoided junk, and focused on building stamina. Day by day, step by step, he grew stronger. His friends laughed at him again. "You've already failed 4 times. What's the point?" But Rohan didn't answer them. He let his silence be his reply. Because he knew, words don't win races, effort does. Months later, a district-level race was announced. Hundreds of participants, bigger competition, a bigger stage. Everyone told Rohan, "Don't do it. You'll just embarrass yourself again." Even his father said, "This is your last chance. If you lose, no more running." But Rohan only smiled. He knew this was his moment. The day of the race arrived. The ground was packed with people. The air was filled with excitement. Rohan stood at the starting line, his heart pounding. The gun fired. Bang! The runners took off. Rohan kept his focus. His steps were steady, his breathing controlled. At first he was behind, but this time he didn't panic. He remembered his training. Step by step, he began to push forward. One runner overtaken, then another. His legs burned, his chest hurt, but he didn't stop. And as he entered the final stretch, something inside him exploded. He sprinted with everything he had left. The crowd roared. His mother's words echoed in his head. And then he crossed the finish line. Not last, not second, but first. The boy everyone told to quit had just proved them all wrong. That day, Rohan didn't just win a race. He won against doubt, against fear, against every single voice that told him he wasn't good enough. And that is the lesson his story leaves us with. People will always have opinions. They will tell you to stop. They will laugh at your failures. But at the end of the day, only you can decide whether to quit or to keep going. So the next time someone tells you to give up, remember Rohan. Remember the boy who was laughed at 4 times, but stood up a 5th time and proved the world wrong. Because in life, it's not the number of times you fall that matters. It's the courage to rise again and keep running toward your dream. So don't stop. Don't quit, because your next step might just be the one that changes everything.